We're 22 away from 9 o'clock, in case you're watching the time. It's an alleged Mozambican kingpin set to appear before the Randburg magistrates court today. A suspect arrested after law enforcement agencies pounced on an upmarket estate in Centurion on Saturday. Now, if you're on social media, you might have seen the videos. It's relating, I understand, Aviwe Mtila, to kidnappings that were made in Mozambique. So let's try and get some more information. eNCA senior reporter Aviwe Mtila with us this morning. Hello to you, Aviwe. So help us understand where we are with this. How did we get to this point? Good morning.
Kidnapping for ransom, Gareth, is why we're at the Randburg Magistrate Court. In fact, I just got off a call some 2 minutes ago with Brigadier Aviwe Mtila, who is the National Communications Head of the South African Police Service, mentioning that, in fact, court has just been changed. That appearance is now set to happen at the Tembisa Magistrate Court, so we'll be rushing off just moments after this crossing, heading to Tembisa, where we're expecting the 50-year-old Mozambican kidnapping, national alleged kidnapping kingpin, in fact, to make his first appearance. You do understand, of course, he's accused of transnational kidnapping between South Africa and Mozambique. That's been going on for years, Gareth. In fact, when he was arrested in an upmarket area in Centurion, we do understand he was seized with a 9mm firearm, 14 9mm cartridges, as well as 5 cell phones and a number of bank cards and SIM cards from Mozambique and South Africa. So he's making that first appearance after, of course, that warrant of arrest and extradition request was made back in July 2022 by the government of Mozambique. So that would tell how the law enforcement agencies have been on his tail. That arrest made then Saturday evening. We do understand the court processes today will also include that extradition process that will unfold and be underway immediately when he appears at the Tembisa Magistrate Court.
So just want to be very clear on this, Aviwe, because now we are talking about a Mozambican national. Is that correct? What is the involvement then from the Mozambican authorities with SAPS? Could we see him also being taken back over to Mozambique for crimes there? What do we know about that?
So it's a multidisciplinary law enforcement team that has been on his tail. We do understand 6 police stations were part of the arrests that were made on Saturday evening. We do understand Interpol as well as the TPC. That would be the team set up by the ministers of Mozambique, South Africa, as well as Tanzania. Those have been on the tail of this 50-year-old Mozambican national. He is accused of being the kingpin of kidnapping for ransom, a group basically that's been operating for years and demanding ransom. Of course, after those kidnappings have been happening, we do understand it goes into millions of dollars that has been extorted so far via this kidnapping kingpin. So the police have been on his tail, as we do understand. This specific warrant of arrest and extradition request by the Mozambican government was made back in July 2022 already. Hence, he was then arrested then Saturday evening at this upmarket center in Centurion, where the police then swooped in and arrested him. He's going to make his first appearance, which is also going to be that extradition process expected to take place immediately once he appears at the Tembisa Magistrate Court.
Do we have an idea or a sense of how many alleged kidnappings we're talking about, Aviwe, or will we only find out later?
We'll find out the exact number a bit later on, Gareth, but you can only imagine the number of these kidnappings. They've said to be spanning from Mozambique, with the latest one, that call coming in from Mozambique, but also South Africa. We do understand some of those kidnappings that have happened around Mpumalanga, have happened around Gauteng, as well as the Western Cape, are some of what this 50-year-old Mozambican national is accused of being part of. In fact, being the kingpin, the ringleader of that kidnapping for ransom ring, basically, that's been operating for years now, Gareth.
Yeah, we know how bad the kidnapping is in South Africa at the moment. I'll leave us as a last question to you, Aviwe. When often we see alleged kingpins being apprehended by authorities, we see a number of cell phones, multiple SIM cards, firearms, weapons, ammunition, etc., passports, all these things that normally goes along with this. I imagine it was the same in this case when he was apprehended.
Well, this was no exception, Gareth. A 9mm firearm was apprehended there 14 9mm cartridges were also part of that. Those cell phones that you speak of, there were 5 of them, and we do understand banking cards of South Africa, multiple banking cards that were apprehended there, as well as multiple SIM cards, both from South Africa and Mozambique. So that, you hit it right in the nail, Gareth. That modus operandi that's normally found within these kingpin and the circles, in fact, were the very case when this 50-year-old Mozambican national was apprehended and arrested in Centurion on Saturday evening.